We're here at the Coliseum where the Business Expo is being hosted by Turner Group Construction. We're here with Lynn Turner at the Expo, Business Expo. And Lynn, welcome.
Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Lynn Turner. I'm one of the principals of Turner Group Construction.
And what was Turner Group Construction's motivation behind hosting this expo?
So this is a construction expo, and it's to provide resources for small, medium, and large companies so that they can grow their capacity in several different ways, in an educational way, in a contracts way, and also a partnership. So if you are a small company and you're looking to partner with a larger company, then the expo provides that opportunity. If you're a small company or a medium-sized company and you're trying to go from residential to commercial, then this expo allows you that opportunity.
Wow, that's great. And what is your desired outcome from all the attendees and the businesses that has participated?
So the desired outcome, this is an expo, so it's a networking of resources. So our desired outcome is to allow everyone in here the opportunity to grow their capacity, build relationships, and continue to grow the industry of construction. So, example, Turner Group has been able to take advantage of several larger companies that allowed us to partner with them. We provide them a certain capability. They provide us a certain opportunity by partnering with us that allows us to go after larger projects. So here, we can do the same, or this expo does the same for other companies like ours. If you look at it from the vendor's perspective, let's say Home Depot or Whitecap, they have a captive audience because everybody in here uses Home Depot and Whitecap to buy their materials. So they have an opportunity to take advantage of this captive audience. One last piece, and this is a little different, but we even have KBLX or Intercom. Intercom is a radio station, and they have 5 different radio stations, and they're here building their network as well, and this expo allows them a different, if you will, audience that they can actually build relationships with.
Wow, that's awesome. And as you can see behind us, all these companies that are being a part of the expo here today, they're involved, and it's pretty exciting. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, and we're very excited. This is our second expo event, and each year it gets larger and larger. So thank you, Olive.
Fred. Good morning, Fred.
Good morning.
This seems like it's going to be a really good event.
Seems to be exciting, yes. Very excited.
Okay, Fred, you want to tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Fred McKay. I am the general manager at Turner Group Construction, and I'm also a cousin. And
what are you hoping for participants and all these businesses that I see that are involved to get out of the expo today?
Well, 2 things. The sponsors, the participants of the expo, we're hoping that they do business with the smaller contractors in Oakland. And for the smaller contractors to have awareness and have a relationship with these larger contractors.
Wow. And I'm sure they will, just because the way I see it, that they're really involved. And this is a great event for any of these businesses, just to do networking more than anything, I see.
Yes, we're hoping that they look at Oakland and hire Oakland first.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. And we're here with Lance. Lance, welcome. And please tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, my name is Lance Turner. I'm one of the owners of Turner Group Construction. Started as a young boy.
You
Okay.
sure did, huh? And Lance always dresses very sharp.
Oh, no.
So and what was the Turner Group Construction's motivation behind hosting this expo today?
Wow. Our bottom line is just to give back to the community, to try to teach the young contractors and young generation that's coming up an easier way than what we went through. We went through a hard, tough road of just trying to make it to the next level. So I'm hoping that we are able to make it easier for the next generation and to give back to our community. That's the bottom line.
Great.
I'm
Thank
really,
you
really
very
sensitive to
much.
our young generation, and us men are, not me, but a lot of us are failing out there. And some of us have to step up to kind of help the ones who aren't there to help their sons and daughters.
True, true. This is one way to give back to the community. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good
We're
morning.
here with Mr. Ken Houston. Ken, tell us, what do you think this event, this Business Expo, what kind of effect would this small and large businesses has in the community?
No, good question. This will bridge the gap between small and local businesses because small businesses have issues getting contracts, building relationships with big companies. And big companies have issues giving small contracts, building relationships with small businesses. So this right here will bridge the gap. This right here will bridge the gap between small and local businesses.
Great. Well, I guess that's what we need to know.
And that's
Thank
what you do need to know. Thank you.
Thank you. Here we are at the Business Expo at the Coliseum, and we're here with Jesse.
Nice to meet you guys.
Sure. Jesse, do you want to tell us a little bit about your involvement with the Turner Group Construction?
Sure. I started with Turner Group 9 years ago. We, started doing residential construction, moved into commercial, and joined the union as a carpenter. It's kind of a stepping stone story. Moved up into a project manager, and here we are with them 9 years later.
Wow.
I just recently got my contractor's license, Innovative Construction.
We'll make sure you get that.
Yeah, Innovative Construction out of Oakland. I'm born and raised in Oakland, and the involvement here with Turner Group and everything that's going on around here is a great pleasure. Great pleasure to be around, and looking forward to the future.
This is wonderful. Thank you so much, Jesse.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Adam.
Everybody here. We really appreciate everyone being here. We hope that everyone's been able to enjoy all of the resources that we've been able to provide. The networking that's taking place is great. This is what the Contractors Expo is all about. So when you think about this event, why are we doing this? So that companies, small, medium, and large, can grow their capacity, can share educational information via the Resource Center and the Construction Suppliers Expo. That's why we're putting this on. When you look at opportunities for contracts, you look at potential partnerships, you really look at this group right here. This group of distinguished companies is really the heart of the Bay Area. Most of the work comes through these companies that you see sitting here. And that's why we wanted to have this event, is so that all companies can benefit. Even these larger companies benefit from associating with smaller companies and help to grow their capacity. So what we like to do, saying that, is that we want to give them an opportunity to introduce themselves to you. And then once they say their name and say a little bit about their company, whatever it is they want you to know, then we're going to pose a couple of questions to them. So that's how we're going to start this off. And then we have Assembly Person Rob Bonta, who's going to come up and talk to us a little bit, because we're going to see what we're doing on a local level, but he's going to talk to us about what's happening on the state's level. And then at the end, we have a presentation where we're going to give out awards. Awards in this sense. Students, internships. So this is about what's happening now and also things that's happening in the future. So we're going to be able to benefit from most of these companies providing internships. So as I introduce some of them, I'm going to go back and forth with them a little bit because they have, and I'm going to mention this, but they have helped, most of these companies up here has helped Turner Group tremendously. And so I may say some things once we start the discussion. So after they make their introduction, I'm going to pose 2 questions to the construction companies that they're going to have 4 minutes to answer or less. And then once they answer those questions, then I have 2 other companies that we're going to pose 2 separate questions from. For example, KBLX. They're going to have a different set of questions to answer. And then we would like you to figure out how you would use them in your business based on when Steve starts to talk. So with that said, let's start off with Gina Baker.
Just like you practiced it. Thank you, Bob and Michael. I'm Gina Baker. I'm I almost said I was the code compliance officer. I'm not that. I'm the compliance officer with the City of Richmond public agency, just up the way.
So excuse me, I said I was going to butt in. Where's Sal? Oh, see, Sal, stand up, please. So Sal Vaca, he runs all of the job opportunities in Richmond, and Gina works for Sal, but Sal and Gina, they work together and they make a lot of things happen for, okay, Gina's the boss. All right, thank you.
Hello, my name is Bob Alton. I'm the president of Alton Construction, first generation. I had to come up with something here. By Mike and Mike here, they keep on 3rd generation. We're the first generation of foundation that starts the business of construction. Okay, that's where we're going to go. We have 2 offices, one in Richmond, one in Oakland. We primarily do public work, commercial building, negotiated hard bid, cutthroat, you know. And if, are we going to answer the questions now? Or
No.
Is that it?
That's
okay.
it.
That's it for me.
Well, I'm going to say one other thing about Bob. So Turner Group, we bought an office in 2012. If it wasn't for Bob Alton, Shannon Alton, fronting us the money, we wouldn't have been able to purchase that property. So we really appreciate Bob.
You can stop saying thank you for that one. Okay, I'm done.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome. My name is Mike Gelati. I'm president of Gelati Brothers. We're a general engineering company out of the North Bay, and 3rd generation. We just celebrated our 100th year in business, and glad to be here. A lot of good stuff today, so welcome.
Now, I want to say something about Mike as well, and I'm not going to say something about every person, but only because this is so crucial. He has 6 internships. 6 internships for students in college. And, oh, he said 2? It's only 2? Oh, okay. Oh, company-wide. Yes. No, 6. We posted 6. So, okay. So 6 internships for college students studying construction management. So we appreciate that.
Good afternoon. Mike Hester with McGuire & Hester, based in Oakland, home office here. We're going to be next year celebrating our 90th anniversary. So 3rd generation, also have an office in West Sacramento. Primarily heavy civil site work contractor. Work for some of the big generals that are here today, as well as a lot of acting as a general contractor. About half of our work is private, and the other half is the knockdown, drag out public. So there you go.
My name is Matt Richardson. I'm a pre-construction director at McCarthy Building Companies. We just celebrated our 150th anniversary, so we've been around a long time. But Again, we do a lot of large-scale commercial projects. We have an office in San Francisco, now in San Jose, and also in Sacramento area. Yeah, we've done a lot of work with some of the subcontractors here, and looking forward to some more work out there. So.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Moore. I am Vice President, Director of Community Relations for Swinnerton Builders. We're not 150 years old, but we're 127. Our contractor's license is number 92 in the state. We're a privately held company. We are a public works contractor, but we're also a negotiated contractor. And as of right now, our volume is like 90% private work, 10% public works. But no matter what type of projects that we go after, we have to have the inclusion of small businesses. Period, ended. So we need to keep these relationships going. And you'll hear more as we go forward.
We're gonna start with George. I'm gonna come back. Yeah, we're gonna start with you.
Hi, I'm George Crosby. I'm the Caltrans District 4 Small Business Program Advocate. Long title, what it means is District 4, has a lot of projects, and our job, my team, Adriana and Oshaya, who are here, we make sure that small businesses get a chance to work on our projects, and then make sure they get paid, and we make sure that they have an ability to be successful by being certified and ready to go to work. And that's why I'm here.
Excuse me, you were right. I'm thinking we're on the questions. Yeah, go. Yes, I'm sorry. Introduce yourself.
Okay, yes, I'm Reginald Swilley with Minority Business Consortium. And what we do is we open up these campaigns, major construction and business relationships with commitments to bring women and minority and other DBEs into these processes, into these projects. There has not been enough infrastructure built in the minority and women communities. If we look at the skylines, our business is not 100 years old. We were frustrated with where it stands now, and we said the next 100 years, when you see the skylines in the Bay Area, there's going to be some black owners, and there's going to be some women owners in these skylines, and that's the change that we are here to make.
Yeah, thank you. So maybe we'll cut that down to one question. All right. So, Alan, you think you can do it in 2 minutes or less?
I will make an attempt.
All right. Thank you.
I come at it from a little bit different perspective than some of my other esteemed panelists here. As a real estate developer, one of the main reasons why I've taken on that title and that role is because I want to help create an ecosystem where we can have more sustainability all throughout the value chain of construction and development. And you need to have some owners of projects outside of the public agencies that also have this main high-level objective of creating an environment where you can not only get in and do business, but you can make the kind of money and enjoy the kind of professional relationship that creates repeated business. So I've been more focused on sustainability, working on processes whereby when I work with prime contractors, I sometimes will shotgun marriages of joint venture relationships. Then as the owner, I'll make sure that payments happen quickly and that those payments cascade down from the prime contractor to the subcontractors. I'll sometimes get involved in talking with, some of the subcontractors' trade associations, like their suppliers, subcontractors, and making sure that the word goes out that if they want to be part of the projects we're working on, they need to give the same kind of professional courtesy of trade credit, of terms, of favorable terms and pricing that will get them a piece of business. And so that's our main objective, is to just create an ecosystem where people can do repeated business And we've done about $100 million of development and probably have about $500 million in the pipeline. The projects have a long gestation period, but when they happen, we want to make sure we get as much bang for the buck. So as time goes on, stay tuned. And as you see projects coming, one of the things that I try to do, and I'll close by saying, you know, I have right now implemented second Saturday. Every 2 Saturdays, I try to give some quality time to upcoming emerging contractors so we could talk business plan, we could talk strategies and things like that. I can give them a little more time, quality time on a Saturday, and kind of get people positioned not only to do business with me, but with some other folks to the extent that I can be helpful in that regard. So if you guys know how to find me, call my office, and my assistant Janaea, she really gets angry with me for this, but she'll schedule a Saturday for any subcontractor or emerging prime contractor that wants to have a session.
Yeah, I'll be really quick. The pre-qualification process and the bidding process is actually counterintuitive to many of the approaches you may be taking. And what I mean by that, the guy from Swinnerton, Rick Moore, was exactly right for Swinnerton and Wahlberg. It's very hard to make good money on public bid work. Because first of all, if it's public bid, sometimes you have to have a prescriptive pre-qualification. And there's no wiggle room. Either you pass or you fail. So it's very difficult to get pre-qualified if you're close, but not quite close enough. On a public bid job, you might be, if you're a painter, you're going to bid against 15 other painters. If you are the low bidder out of 15 painters, you're not making money on that job. You're just not. So shoot for the private work, particularly for the small private work, because those bid lists right now in the market, I'm lucky to get 3 or 4 bids on scopes of work. So you might be bidding against 1 or 2 or maybe 3 other bidders. That's it. Much more likely to make money on that job. Also in that job, I'll put allowances in there and bring it to your attention, anything that could come up and catch you, so you don't lose money on those items. We can put allowances in there for touch-up paint that you normally don't have to put in don't have in your bid, and you have to fight the GC over it. Chase that work. If you do a good job on that particular project, and I have a private client, the next one you may not even have to bid. I can say this firm did a great job. They're about where the same budget was last time. Let's go on with those and just do the next job with them, and it's done. Also with the private work, I have some leeway. If you're close enough but not quite good enough, I can take some steps to make you good enough, which I can't do on the public work.
This is all important information, but if that was quick, well, we're going to be here for a minute. All right, so, but we did appreciate what he said. So,
is that a strong hint? All right, as the old Turner spokesman, I brought my old look. Notice no hair, and what hair I did bring, it was gray. Young Turner, all right, that's my brother from another mother, but we're there. All right, so Turner Construction Company does have challenges finding small emerging business. But you know what? Good contractors find ways of getting beyond challenges. All contractors do. You know, that's the nature of what we do. We go into a bid knowing or being optimistic, believing that we can give an owner, a GC, what they want. So Turner Construction Company has learned, as they have around the entire country, to find qualified or qualifiable contractors. Now, there is a distinction. We do have a qualified contractor statement that's on that you can access through our Turner website, and I think every contractor here should prepare a qualification statement. That's just the way we roll in the construction industry and in a lot of businesses. So I won't go through all the details, but when we find contractors who are not quite qualified, we can still work with you. We find ways. For example, the Oakland Army Base redevelopment project, which I'm involved with every day, from the safety, risk management, and environmental standards, we have found a way to reach 75 to 80% local small business goals. Some of those opportunities came from finding contractors that didn't quite meet our qualification statement requirement, but because they were qualifiable, we were able to do some certain things, like find waivers with corrective action plans. Their safety mods might have been a little higher than what we're normally dealing with, and we found ways to do that. So that's what Turner Construction does. I see I'm getting some hard looks from my brother here, so I will pass the microphone along. I'd be glad to talk more about this at our booth out at the booth area. So that's the old Turner story.
I feel kind of bad being the government up here, but I'll tell you this. Caltrans has not built anything. Everything we do, we contract out to primes, and they build for us. But we do have goals. If it's a federally funded project, there's a DBE goal that the prime must meet. If it's a state-funded project, there's an SBE and a DBE goal. And our job is to make sure that the prime contractor meets those goals so that the small businesses, the DBE business can have the chance to make an impact on the project and make some money. And we also have a group that's called labor compliance, make sure that they get paid a fair wage. So we own everything, but we build nothing. We maintain everything, the Bay Bridge, you all know about that, Calicut Tunnel, the new Doyle Drive, which is one of the first P3 projects in the Bay Area, Devil's Slide. It was all built by prime contractors, but they had to meet our goals in order to get the bid. So when they put in a bid for a Caltrans job, they have to list the subs that they're going to use. And the key with our subs is if you're certified by DGS or by Caltrans, then you count towards a goal. If you're not certified by DGS or Caltrans, you can still get working on the job, but you don't count towards the prime's goal. So all of you out there who are not certified by either DGS or Caltrans or BART or Alameda County, get certified. I'm out.
So we're going to move the mic back down here to Steve. And then after Steve, then Consortium is going to speak. But we're going to pose this question to Steve, and then he has 4 slides that he wants to take you through. But how can companies like those in attendance here today, small to medium-sized companies and large, use today's radio and digital assets to grow their business? And so that's what Steve is going to address.
All right, thank you, Len. I'm going to start with the answer, and then I'm going to try to explain the answer. Our supposition is that small and medium-sized businesses should start with tactics that are essentially at the bottom of what we would call the marketing funnel. So if you imagine that going from top to bottom, we believe you should start at the bottom, start small, and grow large. And in order to explain that, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about how a local media company like Entercom is set up, but more importantly, why it's set up and what that means to you as a small business person or a small business owner. As you can see, we own 5 radio stations. We're also the official radio partner for the Oakland A's, the Oakland Raiders, and the San Jose Sharks. And what we do is we take our online and our traditional over-the-air audiences, combined with a lot of other digital platforms that we've developed, and we try and put those together to create scalable marketing solutions for small businesses as well as for big national brands. If you could go to the next slide, LaTanya. So everything in marketing is about having clear, measurable goals. And for the purposes of answering the question, we made a couple of assumptions. Number one, that you're looking to develop new customers, that you're also looking to create or add to a customer database so that beyond your initial advertising or outreach, you have the capacity to have kind of an ongoing conversation up to and including sort of the point of sale or the point of engagement. And the final assumption we made is that you need ROI quickly. Unlike some of the really big guys, small companies can't afford to invest $5, $10, $20, $50,000 in the hopes that a year from now that sort of pays off. So we're assuming that you need tangible ROI on a pretty short term. If you could go to the next slide, please, Latonya. So, we talked about this marketing funnel from top to bottom, and I'd like to explain the products and services that correspond, but I'd like you to think about it from the bottom up. So at the top, we call that the attract phase, and that's where you might use traditional media, like radio or television, try to reach a wide group of people, and to establish an image, an awareness, and a presence. And by the way, I'd like to add that hopefully we played some small part in helping Small Turner become no longer Small Turner, but New Turner. But the upside to the top of the funnel is there's a lot of people you can reach. The challenge is it can be expensive, and there's a lot of people you're going to be talking to who aren't necessarily in the market for what your product or service may be at that point in time. As you move down the funnel, you get to what we'd call the activation stage. So imagine someone searching for a contractor. They're interested in finding out who's out there and who may be available. They might be searching on Google or on Bing. These people are actively involved in searching, and you'd use tools like search engine marketing or search engine optimization to make sure that your presence is seen and that your website comes as a valid search answer to somebody's query. And companies like Intercom provide those kinds of services for SMBs. And then the final stage is, let's say somebody actually comes to your website, that's where you engage with them. And the key there is making sure your website is built in such a way that customers can get the type of information they're seeking without having to do a ton of searching around your site. It's about maintaining your reputation online, because people are invariably going to find reviews, and it's important that the reviews that are out there be accurate and that they be a real representation of who you are. It's also important that you have some means for generating leads and or continuing that conversation. And if you've got your smartphone on you, I want to demonstrate a really quick, simple mobile activation that small businesses can use. Just get out your smartphone and text the word BUILD, B-U-I-L-D, to a short code, which is really just a shortened phone number. So put in 95795. And if you text the word BUILD to the short code 95795, you'll be entered to win some concert tickets. We've got concert tickets for KBLX's Stone Soul concert, some other events coming up here in the Bay Area. And what you'll get when you do that is you'll get an immediate bounce back message. You'll be invited to visit a website. We'll ask you for some information about yourself. And what we've really done is we've used a quick, simple contest platform to find a way to continue a conversation with potential customers. We'd be happy to show you more about these and other ideas at our booth, and we hope to see your business grow big. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve, very much for that. And remember, if you're participating in the raffle, we have 5 $2,000 bonus awards to advertise with Intercom. So we're gonna, now you're up. Let me pose this question to the consortium group here. And your question is, and it's the same question to you, Gina, what do you find to be the most effective supportive services for construction contractors?
I was helping my friend trying to win contest tickets.
No, Gina.
Did you say my name?
That was Reginald Swilley, Minority Business Consortium. You have Walter Wilson listed here. That's my business partner. That skyline that I spoke about, it came about by consistent access to opportunities. Most of our businesses are in a volatile position, whether they're a $200,000 business, $1 million, $5 million, $10 million. We don't know if we have access to the next contract. We don't, but because of the infrastructure, we take a comprehensive approach to helping companies be available for all the questions and all the challenges that was mentioned here. If we can have a consistent thorough look at companies being vetted so that they can be ready for all of these opportunities. The problem that we have had, we've run this system probably for the last 30, 40 years of trying to get minority businesses and women businesses and a new business climate so that the infrastructure can be built. So we think that what we have found with the clients that we are using in our VTA contract, and our Super Bowl contract, and our 49ers contract, is that these companies are very tenuous about coming into these, building the infrastructure to take on this big project because the next project might not be there. And we need to have a change in the way we approach this from our government agencies and from our private contracts. Because if we know that the next contract we'll have access to, then I can ramp up. If we know that the next contract we'll have, because the Dunes and the new Turners are very valuable to our business climate and our business community because they have already reached a level that some of our contractors are trying to get to. As they become assured of the next move up, we need to see them be a 5, 10, 15, 20, $100 million company. That's how the skyline is going to change. So when we are in our communities, when we speak to our politicians, when we speak to the prime contractors, there need to be a campaign that says, we want to be here going forward. Not just that I want to get this contract. I want to be in a position that we can build contracts from one generation to the next. These 100-year-old companies, that's a powerful statement. We need to have companies from women and minority companies that are coming into these processes. They need to be assured that they can be 100 million, they can be a 100-year company. That's how we're going to change the skyline. That's how we're going to get young people coming out of college saying, I want to start me a business. That's how, right now, I didn't mention this at first, but Minority Business Consortium have 50 kids in the Eastside School District, well, with a nonprofit aspect of what we're doing, so we can build a supply chain of individuals and wisdom and young men coming in to get the knowledge that you guys have so that they can be the undergird to follow behind you. So from our governments to our prime contractors, the real issue we need is consistent opportunities. And that's what Minority Business Consortium has been working on. And I am encouraged by this process, and my hat's off to you. I think this is good, and I actually think we're on our way. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. So Ms. Gina Baker, it's on you.
Okay. We actually had some of the very similar challenges identifying local subcontractors that many of the other agencies have. We do not do pre-qualification because what we discovered is pre-qualification kind of knocks people out of the game. When you pre-qualify people, if they're not prepared or they're not ready, they either don't finish the process or it can be looked at as a way of kind of eliminating them. And we are a public agency. So one of the things that we did do is we have a very unique model. Our department in compliance is underneath or is in alignment actually with the Workforce Investment Board. So it's kind of a holistic approach. You have local hiring ordinances that are very strong in Richmond. Our local business ordinance is very strong in Richmond. So when you come to Richmond to do work, just because you're the lowest bidder doesn't mean you're getting the bid. If you've not met the goals of local business utilization, which are really, really important to us, you may not be awarded. And we have seen the council select the highest bidder. I knock out bids every single day that are low but haven't met the goals of the city. So it's really important. We discovered that over 90% of the businesses in Richmond are small businesses. And because many small businesses have many barriers to public bidding, we created a process to simplify it for them and to include them. We have, look, 90% are small, and then there's Bob Alton. So with the huge, he's huge, right? So with the support of Meriwether and Williams, Bernita Williams is, I mean, that's baby Jesus in the woman form. Bernita Reagan came, we asked the contractors what they needed. We did focus groups, we sat with them, and we incorporated all of that information, all the data into an ordinance. The ordinance was accepted. So to come into Richmond and do business, you must do local business. We're very proud of the changes that have made. We're very proud of the inclusion of our smaller firms in public works work. And you can make money in public works. What's your name? You can make money in public works. I was sitting here cringing. I was like, wow, who called him up here? I'm playing. You can make money in public works. But there is a responsibility that we all have, and I'm gonna stop. You know, to whom much is given, much is required. We all have a responsibility to reach back and support someone, because every single one of us started somewhere and it wasn't at the top, right? Ain't that right, Bob? Okay.
So, thank you very much. And we're not responsible for what our panelists say. So, wouldn't we like to give our panelists a round of applause, please? So in August, we're going to be launching that website and a book series on construction. If you have your booklet, please turn to the back or turn it over. You'll see the website and the book series that's coming in August, and we're launching that in August. And LaTanya, would you like to add anything to that? Okay, all right, great. So that's going to end my portion of this. And I was looking for Rob Bonta, but I don't see him. And so what we're going to do is move right into the award presentation, and Andrea Lowe from A Squared Ventures is going to handle that.
Thank you, Lynn. Oh, I'll speak loud. Good afternoon, everyone. Again, my name is Andrea Lowe with A Squared Ventures, and we're really excited to have been part of the team that could help put on this fantastic event. We're good? Okay. And my business partner, Atu Fields, is here. So as many of you are aware, we've incorporated resources via the pre-expo session, and they were highlighted in your brochure, to help contractors and students. And as such, companies that took advantage of these small business loan options from Wells Fargo, and we conducted a pre-qualification process to utilize small local businesses on existing projects. So I know we're a little ahead of our schedule, but hopefully they're in the audience up front. So at this time, we want to award a $25,000 contract certificate to Royal Floors. Come on up while I find the certificate. No, you did good. Another round of applause for Royal Floors. And we would also like to award a certificate to Innovative Construction. Both of these companies will be utilized on a local project, opening an opportunity to establish a relationship with a larger firm and continue to grow their capacity. We feel the resources we are providing today are helping current contractors. But what about our future contractors or trade-related professionals? To that end, we were able to identify 11 student internships. And today, we want to highlight 4 of those recipients. So I'd like to ask Mike to come up so he can welcome his participant with Gelati. I would like to ask Daryl Robinson to come to the stage. Is he here? They posted 6 positions, and one of the candidates selected is Mr. Daryl Robinson, a native of Berkeley and Sacramento State's Construction Management Program. Daryl will work as a project engineer. All right, Bob, you're next. I would now like to ask Aaron Williams to come to the stage. Aaron? Alton Construction posted 2 positions, and one of the candidates selected is Aaron Williams, a native of Richmond and Cal Poly Construction Management student. Aaron will work with Alton Construction as a project engineer. Congratulations. Will Lance Turner from Turner Group Construction come to the stage? I would like to ask Kalina King and Samantha Faxon to come to the stage, please. All right, ladies. Turner Group Construction posted 1 position and selected 2 candidates. Samantha Faxon, native of Castro Valley and a current Hayward High School student pursuing civil engineering within the UC Regent system. She will work as a project administration assistant. And Kalina King, native of San Francisco and currently at the East Palo Alto Academy, is a student pursuing communications at San Francisco State University. She will also work as a project administrative assistant. Congratulations. Let's give another round of applause for the efforts of these firms in supporting and investing in our communities and those students, homegrown here in the Bay Area. At this time, I would like to give special recognition to all those on the steering committee who helped make this event possible. After many conference calls and site visits and things of that nature, and LaTanya making sure we were doing what we needed to do, I would like to ask all the committee members to please stand as I call your name, and we'll hold our applause and recognize them at the end. Lance Turner, Lagan Turner, Ranjani Mohana, and some of them may be at their tables in the back, but oh, here are a few people. Sherry McKay, LaTanya Hawkins, Bernita Reagan, Fatina Holmes, Francine Thompson, Erica Bruce, Ken Houston, Fred McKay, Prentice Jackson, Osayade Nesbitt, Derek Barrett, Shelley Garza, Gina Baker, Oscar Dominguez, Sharon Drake, Atu Fields, Chris Iglesias, Sharonita Mayo, Priscilla Mars, Rhonda Simmons, and Mr. Sal Baca. Hope I didn't forget anyone, and if I did, I apologize. Thank you very much. LaTanya and Lynn, do we have Rob Bonter? Do we want to wrap it up? Oh, okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. My name is Atu Fields, and I'm just here to introduce Assemblymember Rob Bonta. He's walking up from the back of the room. And so we've heard from our panelists and also from Andrea as we went over who the internships are going to, about how we're developing capacity for the small businesses on both the construction front as well as the upcoming workforce that are going to be put in place and made ready to participate in their contracting work going forward. We certainly hope to hear from Rob Bonta some great information about how that is getting operated on the state level. So with that, we welcome Assemblymember Rob Bonta to the floor.
Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? I'm glad to see you here. I'm really excited to be here with you. I'm honored to be part of the 2015 Contractors and Suppliers Expo, and really excited about this gathering today of business leaders and elected leaders, parents and students, and everyone who've come together to make the expo so successful. And I just want to take an opportunity to give a special shout out and thanks and express my appreciation to Len Turner and Ken Houston, who reached out to me early and encouraged me to participate and invited me to be here with you today. So thank you to Len and Ken, and also want to thank you, both of them, for their leadership in helping put this event together. I'm Rob Bonta. I'm the State Assembly member, very honored to be the State Assembly member for the 18th Assembly District, which includes the great cities of Oakland and Alameda and San Leandro. And as a Assembly member, we cover a lot of different issues across the state, from education and health to water, transportation, you name it. But one of the most important issues to me has been supporting our business and especially our small business community and making sure we take important steps to, one, promote economic prosperity, but also make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate in that economic prosperity. So I want to take a moment today to share a little bit about what we're doing at the state legislature, at the state level, to help with that. And I also just want to say that we are still in the process right now of emerging from the Great Recession. We've come a long way, and our state economy and our local economies are much stronger, but we still have a long way to go. And not everybody in California, certainly not everyone in the 18th Assembly District, is enjoying the recovery in the same way. So we need to make sure we are targeted and reach out to those who haven't had the same opportunities as others to enjoy the economic prosperity we want to see everyone have. And one of the two of the most important issues that I want to talk about today are the following. One, access. So how can small businesses and contractors gain access to government contracts that are being offered throughout the state? And two, I want to talk a little bit about the education and training efforts that we're embarking on at the state level. As you all know, the survival and success of all contractors really comes down to one thing: the ability to have access to good jobs and good projects and good contracts when they're available. And you could be the best contractor in the world, but if you don't have access to those contracts, it's not gonna help. So to that end, I am committed to making sure that we do outreach efforts and provide opportunities for all business members of our business community to participate. And take some of the big projects that we're doing in the state of California right now. We have the high-speed rail project, and there's literally going to be billions and billions of dollars that are available throughout the state. And we need to make sure that everyone has an opportunity to participate in getting those contracts. So one of the things that we'll be doing, we're launching it this year, is we're doing a government procurement workshop for state contracts. And we're inviting small businesses and contractors to come and participate and learn more about the government procurement process, how your business, your contractor, your contracting company can participate and actually get these contracts. And then there's a lot of, because we're a state government, there's a lot of regulations and compliance work that's necessary. So we'll be doing a full training on all of those different components so that everyone can participate in the government procurement. This year we're also making a additional significant commitment to training our workforce into education. We have millions of dollars in the proposed budget this year for workforce investment, for job training, for adult education, for apprenticeships. And so that money will be delivered to our communities and spent. So make sure that you talk to me in my office about how that money is going to get down into the 18th Assembly District. And I just want to share a couple things that we're doing. I have a small business advisory committee that helps assist and guide me with the efforts that we take to support our small businesses, and we have regular meetings, so I want to invite those of you who might be interested to provide input and thoughts to me and my team. And I have a couple of my staff members are here, Jim Odie, my district director, and Kamika Dunlap, senior field representative, are both here. So come see them and grab a card so we can continue to be connected. We did a small business boost event recently with Facebook, showing tools for how small businesses can promote their business and get the word out and be more prosperous. We did an access to capital workshop recently, where we were hearing that banks and other financial lenders and providers had more capital than they knew what to do with, and we're trying to find places to give it out. But we were hearing from the small business community that it was very difficult to get access to capital. So we said, something's going on here. Let's get everybody in the same room. If what you say is true, banks and financial institutions, then we want you to pre-qualify these folks right on the spot and get them qualified for that access to capital. And that's what we did. And so we had over 100 businesses participate. We're going to do it again this year. So I just want to put that on your radar screen as an opportunity to connect. And then this year also, we had a great idea working with my Small Business Advisory Committee and the Oakland Chamber to reignite the state's support for our small business development, our SBDCs. And our SBDCs are proven to be job creators. They help provide technical assistance to small businesses. They provide access to capital. And the state had, because of the Great Recession, disinvested in the SBDCs, and so weren't giving them any money. So I put a bill forward for the state to give more money to SBDCs. We were able to get it passed so that $2 million was given to SBDCs across the state, and that actually brings in $1-for-$1 match from the federal government too. So that's $4 million of additional support for our SBDCs. And we also, many of you know, our redevelopment corporations were a really key part of promoting economic opportunity and spurring economic revitalization projects, and those went away with the abolishment of RDAs. But we have come back since then with a new tool called infrastructure financing districts to replace redevelopment agencies. So keep an eye on those. Cities will have a role in how they roll them out. Voters will have a role in what gets approved. But they provide an opportunity for more funding for projects that contractors and small businesses can participate in. So with that, I just want to give you an overview, a highlight of some of the things that we're working on. We're going to continue to support our small businesses. My office is an open door. We're here to serve you. So I invite you to come connect with us if there's anything we can do specifically for your business or generally regarding policies and legislation. Again, my staff is here, so please connect with us. We're here to serve you, and I'm very honored to have the opportunity to work with and for you. So thank you for having me today and for making this expo so successful.
Let's give Rob Bonta another round of applause.
Ken.
Yes.
Ken Houston.
That's right.
We can't forget that
That's
part.
right. That's right.
So tell our viewers a little more. What was the biggest reason that really you put this expo, Turner Group Construction put this expo together and hosting it?
The reason is, being a small local company, we know the heartaches, and we have to bridge the gaps between the large and small companies. When you interviewed me when I first came in, it's to bridge the gaps, to leverage the relationships, to show them how to build their small business, like Mr. Metcalf. Let's bring him on in. How did this expo, come over here, how did this expo help you and your vision to see how small businesses and large businesses can merge to bridge that gap?
Well, this expo has exposed me to large and medium businesses that I wouldn't otherwise have access to. They brought us together. I was able to network. I'm not only able to network with large and medium businesses, but also the small consultants, the small businesses who could possibly utilize my services in the future.
Right. And so what's the name of your company?
My company is Simple Tech Solutions, LLC. We're an IT consulting company for 20 years in the Bay Area. We're a startup, although I have 20 years experience. A lot of the people that are working for me now, I've worked for in the past or have worked for me before.
What I hear is you have the experience. Now it's time for you to go to that second step.
Absolutely.
That second step to create entrepreneurship for yourself, to create a small business to be big. That's
Absolutely.
what I hear.
Absolutely.
Okay, Olive, you have any questions for me?
No, I'm really good. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye, Olive.
Appreciate
Thank you.
I'm here with one of the Turner brothers. Welcome to the show.
Lagon Turner.
Lagon Turner. So, Lagon, what do you think how the event went today?
Actually, I think the event turned out really well. It was excellent. It was a lot of people that showed up and got a lot of information, a lot of handouts. I think it went really well.
And I think, there was a lot of businesses, they got to do a little networking with each other, and it helps a lot of new businesses, small businesses, to get, some contracts going and stuff. I thought it was really well. And what are your thoughts on that?
I also thought it was really well, too. And I ran across a few people that came and did great introductions, great relationships, and looking forward to doing business with several people.
Oh, great. Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here we are with Ken Houston again. So, Ken, now that we're winding down, do you have any other businesses that you would like to talk about? Or
You know what? This has been a bridge for the small and the large businesses. Calvin, come here. I got someone I went to school with.
Oh, hello.
How do you feel, Calvin, that, and this right here, just turn around this way. How do you feel that this event bridged the gap between small and large businesses?
I feel it's great, man. This is what the community needs. I thank Turner Construction for doing this, man, because it brings not only large businesses but medium-sized and small together to network and kind of explain what we all do. I'm with Affleck Insurance, and we work with businesses, medium-sized and small. That's what we like.
Right.
And we offer products that enhance benefits packages without.
And that's great because you said Turner Group Construction. Right. Turner Group Construction, it was a small company. It was small.
Right.
We're still small, but we are reaching and giving back and leveraging so you can leverage, so other businesses can leverage relationships to become bigger. Entrepreneurship. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah. I've seen that. Oh, yeah. This is great. I'm
So
glad I came.
so who are you with?
Affleck.
Affleck Insurance. Okay. All right. Thank you.
So Ken, one of the other questions that it just came on top of my head. I'm always full of questions. So one of the businesses, how do you feel about one of the upcoming businesses?
Now listen, we were talking about small businesses, but new micro upcoming businesses that's just started. This has been great. Innovative construction. Innovative Construction received $25,000. You tell us, Innovative.
$25,000. What a pleasure.
Oh,
It's been
wow.
a great pleasure, man. A great opportunity to be given a chance to be out there and show your abilities and skills to do some work out here. And it's just a one opportunity.
Awesome.
Now, this is a small construction company that just started. He came here, got a $25,000 what?
Contract.
$25,000 contract.
Yep.
$25,000 small company.
Beautiful.
Now, how has that being here, helped you bridge relationships here for bigger companies? How has this benefited you by coming here today?
By simply just seeing people eye to eye and talking to them and getting to know them. They see your face, they'll remember you, and they see you as a person, and you get a chance to just briefly to explain what you're good at. And just
that one-on-one. That one-on-one, very important. That one-on-one.
Just the fact that you're here, you're trying to network, and that's what they like to see. You want somebody who wants to succeed and do good.
So closing, what's the name of the company?
Innovative Construction.
Innovative Construction. They coming, right?
We're coming.
All right,
That's
Jesse.
right.
Thanks.
Great.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you,
as a closing, I'm gonna say sometimes in being in these networking, it's not about just a business card. You are your business card,
right.
your image. So
That's
thank
right.
you.
Thank you,
very
Riley.
much.
Appreciate it, okay?
Sure. Okay, here we are. Ken, do you want to tell us where? We never said where we started this.
We're in Oakland, California. We're at the Contractors Expo. We're with Royal Floor two young ladies flew in from Texas to support Royal Floors, their cousin. Tell me what your experience has been with these large contractors, small contractors, just the event as a whole. How's your experience?
Well, I took in a lot.
Tell me your name.
I'm Candace.
Where are you from?
I'm from Oakland, California.
Okay.
I live currently in Houston, Texas. My brother, he is the owner of Royal Floors. It's a family-owned business.
That's what I'm talking about.
And, he mentioned it. We came out here
to support him.
To support him.
Beautiful.
And I had fun. I really enjoyed it a lot.
So what did you pull out of big contractors, small contractors coming together, suppliers? What did you tell me your name?
Oh, my name is Latavia Wagner.
And where are you from?
I am from Texas.
That's right. Flew out to support Royal Floors. Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
and Mario is the owner of Royal Floors. He's my nephew.
Yes.
And I think this is amazing. My favorite part is what they're doing for the youth and like up and coming future contractors. The internship is amazing.
Huge.
Yes, it's huge, and I love it. It's amazing.
So Turner Group has done it again. Give back. We were once small, and we're still small, but we're continuing to give back. Royal Floors is giving back. So let me tell you what Royal Floors has just received. Can I have you to come over and talk to me about what you guys just received? What did you receive? I'm going to scoot over. What did you receive?
So we just awarded a $25,000 construction contract from Turner Group Construction. Thank you.
So tell me, how do you feel about the bridge of all the small contractors, large contractors, suppliers? What do you feel that a small, up-and-coming company can benefit from this?
Absolutely. So the expo has been great for us. Not only the expo, also the Contractors Resource Center with Turner Group Construction. We were able to learn a lot. When we first started, we didn't really know too much, about the process of, how to bid with the larger prime contractors, the processes of, how to get your money, in a proper time frame, things like that.
Keep it moving, right?
Keep it moving, exactly. So we were able to, just learn, get different sound bites from various prime contractors, tips from the bigger players in the industry, and able to implement that in our systems. And it's helped us develop and grow at a rapid pace. This time last year, we didn't have the contracts that we have now, and this time next year, we plan to grow even faster.
Yep, and giving back. And giving back.
And you know what? All the questions I had, you answered them. So thank you very much.
Cool.
And
Good.
congratulations
Good.
on your
Thank you.
$25,000.
And thank you guys for coming out from Texas. We're in Oakland, California, the Contractors Expo. I have Andrea Atu here. Tell us how you feel that this Contractors Expo has bridged the gap between small, large companies. Tell me something. Tell me what you feel. Andrea? Okay.
So I was just going to say, I think it was really important for the small contractors and large contractors to all be here together so they can network and understand what kind of projects they're both looking at going after. It was also important that the agencies were here so they can explain what some of their requirements for utilizing those contractors are so that the large contractors can understand how important these relationships are in developing work with these agencies.
Now, what agencies were here?
We had BART, City of Oakland, City of Richmond, AC Transit, East Bay Mud, Port of Oakland. So you had the key agencies that have a lot of the infrastructure projects going on right now in the Bay Area.
Now, we're here with Square Ventures. So tell us about Square Ventures.
Well, A Squared Ventures
is
a small local woman-owned company, and we really work to support the local minority and small businesses that are in the area, really helping support them in pursuing these contract initiatives. And I think the other good thing about the expo today was you had resource services here because they can't do it by themselves. So they need accountants, they need bonding assistants, they need estimating firms, they need suppliers who can supply the materials. And so we had all of that here today so they could look at how those support services can help benefit their company.
Let's not forget the students that you all had here today with the internships. I think a lot of us forget about growing the next generation of construction workers, construction business owners, and people who can participate in that full spectrum, and making sure that our folks who look a little bit like us are able to move forward in those industries going forward.
So we have.
Go ahead. Sorry, Ken doesn't let me talk. But one of the other good things was for me, good experience was that sometimes it's a process that you have to reach out to the bigger companies. And being a new business or a smaller business, it's really hard to go through that process. And everything was like you said, it was here, and it made it easier to go ahead and make an appointment tomorrow.
Exactly, that's definitely. And let's hope they do that. It's follow up, right? And you can meet and have the opportunities here today, but you have to follow up.
Follow up. We got A Square Ventures.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.